Hello, it's Cynthia again, and it's really late now. I've put my kids to bed, and we are on our very last page of my MAYNIA 2019 plans, 31 projects. A couple that I'm not going to be able to show you on this last page, so this should be the shortest video of all, but thank you so much if you've watched my other plans, and if you've enjoyed that. I appreciate your time and comments. I know I had HL Moth. I showed it as a market haul in my March update, floss tube number 2, but despite my intentions to be well organized, I have lost it. I believe I left it maybe at Joann's when I was picking up the flosses. That's the last time I remember having it, and I have torn the house apart and cannot find it. So I have ordered another one, and if I do find the original, then it will benefit y'all because I'll do a giveaway. So not a huge loss. It was only about $8 or $9. So that is day 25. And sorry, my cat is on the table chasing a moth on the chandelier, so she's kind of shaking my camera. But I do have the threads for that, and they are so pretty. Just DMC. I didn't do the MPI silks, but the colors, you can tell, are just so neat the way Kathy Barrick puts those together. So I have a little kitten stitcher card, but no pattern. So hopefully it will get here by May 25th. I can't imagine it wouldn't. And I will start that on probably a darker even weave, something I can find at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. Day 26 is the other wheel I referred to or alluded to earlier. I have that ceiling tile that is round. This piece I'm not sure about. It does seem pretty dated, but my thought is if I do it on a different fabric and without the, ribbons around it and all that. I got this on like eBay, I think. Without all those weird pieces on an antique ceiling tin, I think it could be neat. And the center, I don't know if you can tell, I'm going to get really close, is made up of Smyrna crosses, which I love to do those. So I thought that was cool. And it's not a huge piece. All in all, when I finish it in a round, I think it'll fit really cute on the antique ceiling tile. So that is kind of going out on a limb. We'll see how it turns out. Day 26. Day 27 is one of my favorites. I told you I had a lot of Brenda Gervais. I just seem to really gravitate toward her, me and everybody else. But this is another one I don't see a lot. It's called Shepherd's Sampler. And it's small. I didn't want to do huge samplers in my MAYNIA, but it is so cute with the sheep and the little shepherd and shepherdess. And I'm using some Victorian Motto samplers, possibly some Weeks Dye Works. I'll just kind of see how the colors look. I have the DMC that go with it too. And this is a piece of Lakeside linen. It's the first Lakeside linen I've ever used. So I'm anxious to see how it stitches. It does feel really nice, and it's a beautiful color. I think it's buttercream, vintage buttercream. I thought it looked really pretty. I think it calls for mellow or one of the Picture This Plus fabrics, and I'm using the Lakeside linens. So happy to have that. And then on day 28, I have another zany idea, like I like to do. I have this piece of fabric that I tried to dye several times. It turned out at first to look like really putrescent, just like a pinky, awful color. And so I went darker with it. Finally, I put it in like a brick, kind of adobe dye bath that I kind of mixed together myself, and I really like the way this turned out. I have a long shelf above my big screen TV in my TV room, and I've been looking at doing one of the Lizzie Kate strings or one of the Bent Creek strings, but those designs seem awfully simple. I know not all of them are, and I thought I would do a quote that is something important to us in our church, something we say a lot. So I'm going to kind of keep that as a surprise. It's not going to be a real complicated design, but I think it would look cute. I have an antique candy mold that looks kind of like a candle holder. It's a long wooden piece, and I'm going to mount this on the front of that with some charms of watches that I have. It sounds really crazy, but I think it's going to be really cool when it all comes together, and I do love that color. That matches my fall colors really well. So that is day 28. It's my first piece that I'm going to try to design myself real simply. And day 29, I think I referred to this in my first video when I showed my hands-on design and Priscilla Blaine design, the sunflower manor. I told you I already had the rose cottage. That's going to go on my turquoise shutter that I showed in Floss Tube episode number 1. But of course, in true to form, I'm not going to stitch it in the blue and the yellow. I think I just dropped my thread. I'm going to make it red flowers and yellow. And I'm not positive I'm going to stick with that Buckeye Scarlet, but I do like the red. We'll just see how I decide to go. And this, I think, brandy for the house. Something with some good variegation. But it's just going to be kind of an experiment. I'll see how I like it when the house is yellow and the roses are red. It kind of reminds me of like Mary Engelbright. I still love her colors from, you know, back in the day. Kind of bright and fun for a kitchen though, and with that turquoise shutter, I think it'll be really cute. So that is day 29. Almost done. And like I said, I don't have all the pieces to show you because I haven't purchased the very last one. But this one is one of my favorites. I'm saving it for last because I really think it's cool. It's Elizabeth Easton by the Goode huswife. I don't know if that's how you say that or not. But I found this on Etsy. I thought that her patterns were all out of print or that they were really difficult to find. And I think a lot of them are. But this particular one was available for a good price, and I love that black house and the kind of olivey green colors. Someone else was working on this and I can't remember who. And also my eldest daughter's name is Emma Elizabeth, so that EE is her initial. So I'm going to do this one for her, and I'm going to change the alphabet. I don't like to stitch alphabets. I don't see a lot of purpose in it for modern life, so I'm going to change that to a verse. Something about perfect love, casting out fear. Something in King James Version so that it sounds kind of antique-y. But that is all I have. I hear my family coming home, so thank you so much for watching and tuning in.